Hello and welcome to Driving an EV in the UK. On today's episode we are going to look at buying the electricity is a fixed price versus buying the electricity with some type of set amount and then paying for the kilowatt. So a surcharge, other fee like that, and possible reasons why some decide to do it that way versus just putting a fixed amount for what they sell for a kilowatt unit. Alright, so here we go. Now, I found a Genie point listing for 50 pence connection fee and then 30 pence per kilowatt hour. And I thought, why are they doing that? There's very few that actually do some type of fixed amount. They call it connection fee and then unit price. So why would they do that? Now, I thought that maybe the fixed price may be down to fees. When we use our debit on our credit cards, it costs the company money to physically use the credit card service. Sometimes, if you look at PayPal's, there is a set fee and then there's a percentage of how much the value is. Now they charge that because the set fee gives them a dedicated income, but it's also because PayPal's have to go to another bank, whichever bank you've used, and ask for money, and that costs money to do. So are these ones that are setting a standard connection fee, are they trying to cover costs for physically using your credit card to be able to then connect? And because the thing comes is that you are not getting cheaper electricity because of these connection fees. The connection fee has no standing charge. You pay a standing charge and your electricity is cheaper. You may pay a slightly higher standing daily charge and your electricity becomes cheaper. No, it doesn't seem to be that, because the amount of 30 pence a kilowatt isn't cheap. There is quite a number of other providers that will just give you a fixed cost no matter how much you put in. So I'm going, right, so for £5, I'm going to use this £5 on the grounds that petrol is £1.10 when I did this video, and therefore that's £5 a gallon. So let's look at that £5 with the standing charge and with the unit price. That would give you 15 kilowatt hours for that price. I thought again, and I thought, wait, what is the break-off point? What is the point where you could physically go to a dearer supplier, maybe charges 35 pence? At what point is it cheaper to be on that 35 pence tariff than it is being on the 50 pence and then the 50p, the 30p watt charge? So I did a back of an envelope calculation, and I looked for the point where paying 50 pence and 30 pence a kilowatt came to the same amount as paying 30 pence, 35 pence per a kilowatt hour. No standing charge, just the fixed amount. At what point will it be better, or at least equal? And it actually came out to being, if you put 10 kilowatts of power in, you then come to the same £3.50. So therefore, if you're going to put less than 10 kilowatts in, you can't pay the 50 pence connection, then the 30 pence, because every calculation below that number is higher than just paying 35 pence per kilowatt hour. Do we understand that? So it's saying that with the connection fee and paying the unit price, it's dearer if you put less than 10 kilowatts in. Now, as we said, 15 kilowatt hours is £5. It's 35 pence a kilowatt hour, £4.90 at 14 kilowatt hours. So there is a difference of 1 kilowatt to that £5 target. So it then, for 35 pence, becomes cheaper to charge up paying 50 pence and 30 after 10 kilowatt hours is being put in. So it depends on if you're just doing a quick top up. There is a limit to how much you have to put in to make it cheaper. But of course, this is still not cheap compared to many other suppliers on the market. Even 30 pence a kilowatt is not cheap. With Little D doing it at 23, there's some doing it at 24, some doing it at 25. You're much harder getting cheaper than that from many, but there is some that still go under 20 pence. It depends on the speed of the charger. All to remember, but these two chargers were the same speed, so therefore that's how I picked them, but they aren't the cheapest. And if you looked at a cheaper charger for 23 pence, finding the cut-off point where it balances out is going to be much higher number of units before you hit that it is cheaper to use paying a connection fee and a unit price. So with that, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you on the next video. Bye for now.